Hey everyone, welcome to Kim Yin Yoga. I'm Kim, and today's practice is all about processing grief. Come with me onto the mat. We're going to start in child's pose because this is where it all begins, in the pose of the child. You may have your favorite child's pose, just go straight to that. Otherwise, feet flat, knees tucked under you, and forehead to the mat. I'm allowing my shoulders to just melt. The backs of my hands are against the mat. And from here, I'm closing my eyes. The external world disappears, and I am tuning in to my inner world. And I'm going to begin Ujjayi breath, which is the soft susurration sounds in the back of the throat with each breath. So there's a slight constriction, and I'm breathing a little bit deeper. This is how we begin. Just have a few relaxing breaths here. Now you can stay in child's pose, or if you're feeling very restless and your shoulders allow, go ahead and clasp your hands together behind your back. Push energy out through your knuckles and go ahead and lift. Now, your lift, it's going to depend on how loose your shoulders are, but go ahead and lift them up and allow for activation of your shoulders. If that's not right for you today, just stay and focus on your Ujjayi breath in child's pose. Three more deep breaths here. And as I exhale out that third breath, if your hands were laced behind you, go ahead and let's bring them up together. And we're going to flip on over to the back. Everything that we're doing today is to support the release of repressed energy. And you don't have to name it or label it or intellectualize it or know what the heck it is. You don't have to do anything. Just show up on the mat and follow along. It's going to happen all by itself. Okay, we're going to do legs up the imaginary wall. We're going to start with a beautiful stretch, otherwise known as sleeping possum. And I'm pressing my lower back into the mat, and my hands are rotating as if I'm balancing. I've got a basketball up here. I'm not even sure if this would work with a basketball, but I'm feeling that shape as if I'm rotating around. Point the toes, and now let's just reach and grab. We're doing the cat making bread, so it's stretch, reach, grab, stretch, reach, grab. With the hands, I'm pulling down. This is incredibly good for all that tension that we hold in the neck, in the shoulders, and the hips. Tension you just don't even know you're holding. I don't know when I'm holding it. Okay, pointing up, point. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, we call it zombie possum. We're just letting the zombie arms melt down, feet relaxed, slight bend in the knee. You don't have to have these legs. We're not going for hamstring stretch. We are just going for release. And on a deep breath here, exhale it out. Another deep breath in. Whoosh it out. One more deep breath in. And let's sigh it out. The body sighs for a reason, so let's support that. As I bring my feet down, I'm going to let my toes grab, get a toe grab here. I'm lifting up, and Manchak Chia, I'm clasping my hands together, knees into the elbow creases, pressing into the knees, isometric, and I'm pushing my knees apart, but they're not going anywhere. And I am also flattening my sacrum into the mat. Deep breath here. Release. Releasing everything out. And we're going to come to put our feet flat on the mat and lifting the right foot up on the thigh. We're going into a reclined pigeon. Your reclined pigeon is going to look maybe different, but it's essentially going to be this beautiful figure 4 shape with the hands lacing through the needle, and you might just pull the thigh towards the chest here. You might fold the knee and pull here, but we're just going to find, I'm straightening my spine. I have a very, I'm sure you noticed this by now, I have a very lopsided spine. And sometimes I have to get it to lay straight or I tip over. So deep breath in, we've got the beautiful sensations coming through the right side of the pelvis in particular. The entire pelvis is activated. Deep breath here. Exhale it out, relax the feet. Another deep breath in. Exhale it out, relax the thighs. Deep breath in. Exhale it out, and this time you might want to keep your pigeon in place and straighten the left leg. Now you might be up here like this, but if you can bring that left foot up over your head, down towards you, let's do that. And at first I'm just tractioning my left leg down towards me, or you're still in the folded leg, it's fine. Modify for your perfect posture. And on the next deep breath in though, what I'm going to do, leg stays right here, but I'm reversing. So isometric, I'm pushing my calf, my ankle into my hands. I'm pushing my leg away. Deep breath in. And sigh, 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 duck, sigh it out. Remember that Pokemon, the sigh duck, who always had a headache? I don't know what made me just think of him, but oh, that Pokemon. Okay, rainbow arch the back, and then flatten the back. We're lifting the left leg up now. Left foot on the right thigh, I'm bringing, and it doesn't matter, your pigeon might be here, but go ahead and thread the needle, either hands on the backs of the thigh or hands clasped over the shin, and go ahead and bring your reclined pigeon down towards your chest. And I'm trying to adjust my back on this side. Wobbly back today. Okay, deep breaths here. On the first exhale, we're going to relax the feet. Oh, I was holding tension there. Next deep breath in. Relax the thighs on the exhale. Next deep breath in, and if you like, either stay there, or if you like, straighten your leg, and if you can, let's go ahead and bring the right foot up over the head and down towards the floor behind you. allowing everything to loosen and open. Deep breath in. I'm tractioning down with my hands. Exhale into the stretch. Another deep breath in. On this exhale, reverse the energy, and I am pushing into my hands, isometric. I am trying to lift my leg, but my hands are holding it in place. One more deep breath here. And exhale slowly. You're in the perfect position. We're in the perfect position to plant feet together and into Supta Baddha Konasana, moving the weight out of the way, Supta Baddha Konasana, into Reclined Butterfly. You might want to stretch your hands up over your head and allow for a little natural arch in the back. You might want to rest your hands on your belly, elbows at your sides, or just in the creases, your hip creases. I'm going for belly. Wherever your hands go, I want you to put your focus on the breath. And just practice a beautiful Ujjayi breath. Allow your body to feel whatever it's feeling. That means there's no guarding, no censorship, no judgment. We're turning it all over to our body intelligence, whatever it is that has brought sadness or intense emotion. Just turning it over to the body. Body knows what to do with it. My stomach's growling. That's my body processing. Literally. Deep breath in. And on this exhale, just let your hands go to your knees. And fold them together, and we're going to roll over onto all fours. Flipping it onto Dandasana, staff or stick pose, a pose we visit quite often because it's just so amazing. Now, you decide. You may want to bend your knees slightly or bend them right up there. Bend them to the degree that you need to get your right angle. And then we are going to walk it into forward fold. Forward fold, Paschimottanasana, is one of the most amazing postures for releasing grief, sadness, or past emotions. And I don't recommend you do it ever as the very first posture of a practice, because it's so powerful that way, and it can, well, air sign, me, Gemini, I get rattled. If I get flooded with too many emotions before I'm like warmed up for it. So, but you might be different, and not a problem. But I don't start a practice with this posture. Bring it on forward as far as your body will allow, as far as you can feel that edge, and then melt. Melt on in. And return to your Ujjayi breath, eyes closed, soft susurration sounds as you breathe. Allow for anything. Allow for everything. There's no exclusion here. There's no censorship. There is no right or wrong or good or bad. There is only experience. And the way that you allow for the experience is to feel it and breathe. That's it. Three more long, slow, deep breaths. As I exhale out the third breath, slowly bring it back up, gingerly. That's a very intense stretch, and there's a lot of release going on right now. Okay, from here, we're going to Vishnu's couch, and let's just tuck our hands under the bum so we can get a nice activation of the meridians, rolling it back and forth, and come up for our final posture. We're going to thread the child. Also amazing for emotional release. So all fours, knees under the hips. I'm planting my right hand and I'm just bringing the left up in a big stretch, diving under, threading the child. You can just stay here and use your right hand as a kind of a tripod. You find your variation. You might bring your right hand up and let gravity cause a little lovely lymphatic drainage down towards your center. Or we can rotate the hand and come around in a bind. Now you may find that the bind starts to cut off the circulation in your fingers. If you feel any tingling, undo the bind. But go ahead and give it a try. See how it feels. You're going to want to just relax. And remember, the key here is the breath. Breathe into the sensation. Exhale everything out. You might want to tip your nose towards the ceiling. You get a beautiful neck stretch. If that's not right for you today, just let the head rest. Three more long, slow, deep breaths here. Eyes closed or soft drishti. And as I exhale out the third breath, I'm unraveling. I'm going to leave my hand up here for a second to let the blood flow the other way. And shifting my weight, I'm going to tuck the toes under and scooch back to pranam, forehead to the mat, stretch. I'm tenting my fingers, getting a nice stretch through all the phalanges. Phalange stretch. Coming back up to all fours, right hand to the sky. And I'm threading the job down on this side. And again, I can keep my hand tented. I can raise my right hand up. There's a really good lymphatic drainage there. I can rotate my hand and dive it onto the top of my right leg. And I'm closing my eyes and just allowing the inspiration as I draw breath. I'm allowing the release as I exhale. Three more long, slow, deep breaths. And as I exhale out the third breath, I'm going to bring my hand back up, straight up overhead. I'm allowing for that blood flow and gravity. On an exhale, I'm bringing it down, coming back into that pranam, tenting the fingertips again. This beautiful stretch, and I'm really exaggerating the stretch in my shoulders. My scapulas are pulling down away from my neck. I'm dragging my fingertips back towards me. And then up I come for our final resting posture. Down flat on the back. And from here, arms up overhead, big stretch, and I am going to wiggle it out. Wiggleasana. If you haven't done this before, the pelvis is the epicenter. It's what gets the roll going. My feet are fishtailing, and I am feeling this rippling sensation through my entire body. Deep breath in. And arms down to the mat. Exhale it out. I'm finding my most beautiful Savasana. You may want to put your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Flatten your back. I'll Charlie horse my hips a bit. Knock the knees together. Or you might just still be there in full body. Stretch. And let everything go. While we lay here in Savasana, I want you to imagine 3 things that you are grateful for. You can keep these to yourself, but I'm going to share with you mine to show you how simple they can be. I'm grateful for the beautiful sunlight that's filtering through the clouds today. I am grateful for running hot water, which is clean and safe to drink and bathe in. And I'm grateful for my body that carries me through life, no matter what, always there, always willing to take that next step. Hands together overhead, Anjali Mudra, thumbs to the forehead. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.